Greetings, fellow humans. It's been a hot minute, but hey, it's your friendly JD Estrada. Pardon me, I do have a cough going on. I will try to drown it out. I don't want to endorse, but I will try to drown it out. And see if that works. So, it's been ages since I do a tag. I have a ton of tags that are pending, and this is the first one to try to get back on track with my BookTube channel. It is the BookTube for Beginners tag by Quinn. I forgot when she tagged me in this. It's been a while, and she's tagged me in other stuff, probably from 2007, and now is when I'm catching up. So let's enjoy the ride. I'm not a BookTube beginner, I'm not a newbie, but I am a BookTuber, because I like books, and I cannot lie. 10 questions. First question, who are you? Told you about the cough. Who was the first person that motivated you the most to create your BookTube channel? Actually, I'm not sure. It's been a while. I've been at this for, this is going to be the 5th year, I think. It started off as an author platform because I'm an indie author and I wanted to get exposure and whatnot. And then I discovered the BookTube community, and it just came about that I'm also a geek and a book geek at that. And that I love books and I love talking about books and I love connecting with people. And BookTube was a fantastic fit. I don't think anyone encouraged me or told me check this out or anything. I'm not gonna say I'm a trailblazer in the group of my friends. It's just that I started doing it. I'm not exactly sure how. I'm happy I did, so that's cool. Question number 2, what's this? What were some of the first channels on BookTube that you watched? Rather than actually look at the list of channels and see what I was watching, I can talk a bit about how I'm changing the dynamic of what I watch and how I watch it. First off, I'm really happy and proud and elated to report that my watch later list is at 0. I will do a video specifically on this and on how it was kind of stressing me out. Rather than enjoying the videos, it became like a to-do list or a chore. That's not the idea. I've also decided to unsubscribe from a couple of channels that treat me as a member of the audience and not a member of the community. Dropped a couple of comments in a couple of people and a couple of people's videos. Didn't get a response. It's been that way for a while. And you know, I'm not in it to gush over anyone. I'm in it to connect with pretty much most of what I do. This cough is so fun. It is so fun, by the way. It's great. There's better ways to get abs, people, but it's February, it's winter, and this is customary on this channel. If you check back on my December, January, and February videos from all the years that I've been doing this, I'm probably gonna be coughing on most of them. And I'm not gonna edit it out because that's still part of the main thing of this channel. So, question number 3. Remember that time? When was the first time you knew reading is something that you truly loved? I've always enjoyed reading on and off. First book that I really connected with was, and I've mentioned this before, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe from the Chronicles of Narnia. I do love that series, although not all books are created equal. I have another bottle, just in case. But I really love that book, and it's just something that really connected with me. Love the series, most of it. But then when I was about to graduate from college, I read Harry Potter, and like many people in this community, I love Harry Potter. I am a Ravenclaw. I will do the Harry Potter tag. Expect it. Those books arrived at a time when I needed a little bit of magic. Dad had passed away and I was just like in kind of a funk. And something clicked inside me, and I think those were like the seeds of me really wanting to push to be a writer. First time I wrote a short story that I think was worthwhile was in 10th grade. But I read The Wizarding World and was enthralled. Cough coming up. And I know editing that out, it can be easy, but I want you to suffer along with me. Question number 4, where there is a will, there is a catalyst. Where do you get most of your books from? What factors go into your book purchasing decisions? Pretty much anywhere that sells a book, I could buy a book. Big bookstores, Barnes & Noble, small bookstores, independently owned bookstores, I've bought from them. I love going to conventions and picking up books that I couldn't find any other place. There's been a lot of those lately. Those have been a lot of fun. I've bought books from people's websites, I've bought from Amazon, different things. What goes into the factor? It used to just be price point, but price point has kind of stopped being the main thing that determines whether I'm going to buy a book or not. A cover is nice, but I've actually noticed that some books that are really beautiful have a crappy title, and that turns me off. So I think I'm going to do a discussion video about book titles and book covers, because I think people just focus on the book covers, and a solid title might convince me to buy a book. Obviously a book blurb is there, but I've been fooled by those before. Once read a book, not gonna mention the name, I was kind of pissed off about it. It was sold as a steampunk book, and it ended up being a romance book with the copper eyes. Man. Interacting with people should always be a good way for me to buy the book, because hearing the elevator pitch, hearing the spiel, getting to know the person, and you can tell who's in it to win it, who's genuinely a writer, and who's a poser. I've bought books from different people to see if my initial assessment is spot on, and most of the time it has been. There have been some lovely surprises though. But yeah, all of that goes into me deciding to buy a book or not. I used to buy a lot of ebooks, and finally I'm finding it really hard to connect with an ebook. I've got a ton of books, so I got hiccups now, yeah. I'm gonna tackle those books, and after those books, who knows? I know ebooks are convenient, but I'm not necessarily convenient. And the best way to read my books, by the way, is physically. Those are some of my books. That's Given to Fly, and it's on top of the first 2 books from the Human Cycle, Only Human and Shadow of a Human. This cough, man, this cough. Question number 5, the haves and the have-nots. Have you waited a long time before you started your BookTube channel? No, it was a random transition. I started the author channel, and then eventually got into BookTube and started doing BookTube videos and tags and book reviews and different things. And some of my most viewed videos are actually book reviews, which I think is pretty cool. Those normally don't get a lot of views, and mine have. That's a lot of views, is like 300, 400, 500. So to me, that's huge. To some other booktubers, that's like, oh, that's what I get in the first hour. Cheers to you. Question number 6, how many is too many? Is there a certain amount of subscribers that would overwhelm you? Views, comments. I've been actually kind of plateaued at around the 530 mark for like a year. It just hasn't grown, organically or not. I used to upload videos and I would get docked subscribers. I don't know why. YouTube is weird that way. Don't care. But I've got 537, something like that. I don't know. And I haven't found it a problem to respond to all the comments. And I've had some videos that have a lot of interaction, and that's great. It's always fun to do, and that's part of why I enjoy doing BookTube videos. It's the interaction and the connecting. Question number 7, do or do not, there is no try. What will be your greatest challenge when it comes to BookTube? Having the time to read books, film and edit videos, watch our other channels. Time is always going to be the challenge with everything related to me. Finding the time to write, to read, to consume videos, and to comment and to interact with people, because I think that's really important, for me at least. Some people don't care. For me, it's important to interact, to connect, to show that I care, and I think that's why I wanted to get the watch later list to 0, so that I could just scroll through the channels that I'm subscribed to, go to one of those channels, watch 2 or 3 videos, and do the same with everyone else, because I don't want it to be a to-do list. I want it to be something that I genuinely enjoy with no pressure. Number 8, the final countdown. Finally, tell us something about yourself. Well, I may be an indie author from Puerto Rico, but I'm also a reader. I'm a fan of reading different things, not just one genre, not just one author. I like variety in everything that has to do with words, be they written or read. I love watching videos from different people from different places. Canada, US. When I see someone from Europe, I always check them out because I enjoy different perspectives and what the hell is someone reading who lives in Bulgaria or Belarus or Germany or Norway or Copenhagen, to mention one city, not Holland. Australia, different things. And to see the points where we connect. I like that a lot. And number 9, make your selection. What are you currently reading and or going to read next? I am currently reading Orwell by Nicolene Evans. Interesting book. Has a couple of uncomfortable situations, but has some pretty creative things as well. So I'll do the review on Goodreads as I always do. There's a lot to like. There's a lot to go like, what? Not bad. And then I'm gonna be reading Charles Bukowski collection that I got, Relato de un Náufrago, which is another book by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. If you want something, apart from 100 Years of Solitude, a couple of graphic novels, and I don't know, I'm getting past the reading slump. It's taken me a while. And finally, number 10, the real final countdown. Who do you tag? I'm gonna keep this simple. I'm gonna tag Alba, a fellow Puerto Rican who has a BookTube channel, and she's super enthused and very sweet. And I actually recommend that you go to her channel. She's really cool. Biblio Atlas, Cristal. Good friend, good people. Just someone that's got a lot going on in her head, and I think it would be cool to see her perspective on this. And finally, Mindy's book journey. I think it is Mindy School. So you're tagged as well. You don't have to do this. If you want to do this, by all means, it's not an obligation. It's an invitation. So with that, I leave you with finally a tag. It's been a while. So till next time, peace, love, and Mikey Rolls.